All right. Whoa. Hi, I'm Michael Dillhyon. It's my birthday today. Woo! Thank you. And I can't think of any better way to spend it. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. I feel like I'm running for office here. I can't think of any better way to spend it than giving you guys, this fine-looking crowd, a 5-minute whirlwind tour of London Pace. Sorry. Yeah, good. That's probably the American in me, right? I got to talk really loud. Okay, so let's get started. I think this is a familiar scene to everybody in the room. It's the broken verbal promise with zero recourse. And then you're treated to, right before this promise happens with your friendly neighborhood call center agent, a nice voice comes on and says, "Thanks for calling. We're recording this call for quality and training purposes." It never says we're going to share this with you. And we think that's, I think it's a little one-sided. Now, Cornell came up with a study here recently that said people lie on the phone, 50% of people are 50% more likely to lie on the phone than any other form of communication. And the way you take that down to zero is you record the call. And while that's a pretty compelling reason to record the call, one of the things that we're finding out is, in addition to that, there's really just fantastic reasons that are everyday reasons to record a call. Everything from a jumbled conference call to increasingly, well, I'll have to include myself, birthday thing, elderly population with a diminished memory. So why don't we store voice? We store a lot of other things that are important to us, but typically we let voice sort of just go up in smoke. And the reason we don't is primarily because it's a pain. It's difficult to do. So that is what Call Trunk was founded around, to make it easy to treat voice as content. And we're going to do that in 3 simple ways. What we have done. We're going to capture voice on any device or any voice application. We're going to allow you to store it anywhere. Evernote, Dropbox, Box.net, Sugar CRM. And then, this is the really important part, we're going to allow you to search and find places in your call where you said something. So how does it work? Well, this is a secret sauce, but I'll give you the high-level overview. So it's a cloud-based service, as I might have said, and we record the call at the network layer, so you don't have to, it's not device dependent. We marry that with a proprietary routing protocol. That's fancy tech talk. And then we have a unified storage piece to it. And it all comes together to create a technology-agnostic platform that we feel is ready for change. And typically how this works is, I'll just pick a classic call recording vertical and say an HR person. The HR person picks up their Android or BlackBerry or iPhone or any smartphone, calls the candidate, records the call automatically winds up in whatever their thing is, Evernote, Dropbox, as I said. And then that person can go into the dashboard, the Call Trunk dashboard, and look through those calls and manage them. So we spent a lot of time, this is, we'll have it later, there's a slide that shows our team, where we've been there and done this before. We spent a lot of time in customer development and customer validation. We didn't want to build a product that no one wants. And what we found out early on from our customers was pretty straightforward in some respects, but not so straightforward in the other ones. And the really unique thing they said, the curious thing they said was, you know, I use this in a broad number of ways, and we had a broad number of people in all walks of life that use it. But what I'm doing with it is I'm taking it to work with me. And I'm taking it to work with me in big enterprise environments that already have a call recording system or something along those lines. And of course, our buddies at Salesforce.com invented this little term called consumerization. And that's where we think we'll find ourselves. Of course, we couldn't do this. We knew this was going to be a disruptive play. And that's very cost prohibitive in the early distribution phase. So we identified some partners where we thought This is a good place, a good value for the partner, and a good value for Cultrunk. We bring the partners product upsell, incremental revenue, and customer lock-in, and they bring us users. Can't have a pitch without the addressable market slide. We view it as a pyramid. And the top of the pyramid, which is a classic enterprise legacy call recording environment, is worth $2.5 billion and growing. We're still trying to put the zeros on what the rest of the pyramid's worth. So as I said, who are we? It's some gray hairs, for sure. But I think that we've got some young university students tied into it as well. We're London-based, but we have our development center in Montreal. Thank you very much, Canada, for allowing us to have some wonderful tax credits. And it's a stellar team. So, in closing, let me give you a quick snapshot of the financials. The service pays for itself, and what I mean by that, it pays for the infrastructure cost. It's highly profitable. It's very scalable. That's the promise of the cloud. We're growing at about 50% our revenue every single month. We're in the US, UK, and Australia. We can launch very quickly. There was another slide that I nixed that shows all the geographies that we plan on being in 2012. And we are looking at a funding round, and we plan on spending about 70% of that for distribution. The product's built, it's ready to go, we've identified the market, and thanks for your time.
Woo!
Thank you. I just want to